What's up, everybody? Welcome. We are lit and wide one more time, week after week. It's getting more frequent, which is awesome. Today, I'm gonna show you how to book a job from start to finish in 10 steps. I think these steps are crucial for it, so stick with me and let's go. Welcome again. My name is Dushawn. You can call me just Dushawn. I'm a photographer and videographer living in New York. Today I'm gonna touch on a subject that people are asking me all the time. When you book a job, what are the steps that you make that job like whole from the beginning to the end, from start to finish? And I assembled 10 steps that I think they're crucial. So let's make this video fast and on the point, and let's start with step number one. So step number one is initial meet and greet. Usually what I like to do when a client reaches out to me is I like to meet with them first, but since COVID and everything, you can still meet, of course, but FaceTime is always a good option. The only thing that I cannot stress enough, do not text at the beginning. So initially, just talk with your client. Schedule a FaceTime meeting. It's very important to determine what kind of style they want, what kind of shoot it is. Is it a client or is it like a person or is it a brand? So that's very important to see. If it's a person, why do they want to shoot? What's the reason behind it? So the more question you ask your client, you're gonna get a better feedback, which means you're gonna deliver the final product better. Also, initial meet and greet or the talk on FaceTime, you have to ask what kind of style they want, what kind of vibe they want. Do they need stylist or makeup? If they do, suggest somebody that you know, always help out a friend that is actually good at what they do. Like, you always want to protect your work as well, because whoever's working with you, they represent you. So you always want to work with the best. Step two is the price. After we have determined what the client wants, what they need, what are the deliverables and everything, pretty much you determine how much time is going to take you to shoot and edit and deliver the project. Pardon me. And this is the tricky one. This is always a problem, especially when you're starting, because you have no idea how much to charge. So I will leave this up to you to decide. What I did at the beginning, I had packages, but then I saw that some of those packages are not valid because sometimes you're doing more work for one price and sometimes you're doing less work for the same price. It kind of sometimes balances it out, but not all the time. So I would say every client is different. How I do it now is I charge daily, and then I charge either per photo or per hour. So price needs to be something that you're gonna determine for yourself. Every client is different, remember that. So if it's a bigger client, of course, they're gonna make money out of your photos, so you should charge more. If it's a person who needs it for Instagram or something like that, and you know they're not rich, sometimes just have in mind it's not all about the price. So try to help them out. They will recommend you, and based on that recommendation, you will get more clients. So don't determine work always by the price. But it is a very important thing because we all need to live. So let's go to the next step. Step number three, inspo photos or inspiration or the vibe or the mood, whatever you want to call it. I personally love to use Pinterest. This helps me a lot. And I always share it with the model or the company so they can add their own looks. I cannot suggest this enough. It helps so much to have a vision to help the client, because sometimes client doesn't have a vision. They're like, oh, I want pretty photos, I want the blurry background, blah, blah, blah. Once you show them what they need, they will be like, oh, okay, because you're the visual person. Sometimes they are not. So it's your job to show them how this can look and what you can deliver. That's it. So use Pinterest. Step number four, location. So this is how I do the location. Pretty much I do the location based on the style. So when I determine the style and the look, then I see what kind of location is gonna work out with the client, with the product, with the vibe of the shoot and everything. I personally like to use FD Studios in New York because they have so many different type of studios. They have backdrops included, they have all the lighting, all the boards, sun blocking and everything, and they're pretty cheap. Not cheap, but affordable, which is good for clients. So FD Studios. Also, there's a million other studios in New York, so I would love to hear your recommendation. What kind of studio, what studios do you use? And yeah, simple. Step number 5, photo shoot day. Check your gear. check if your batteries are full, check if your lenses are clear, if your sensor is clear, do you have the SD card, format the SD card, and head on to shoot. When you come to the shoot, make sure the client has 100% of your attention and the model, of course, but whatever the client tells you, try to incorporate, because the end point is that the client is happy. Happy client recommends more, and then you have more happy clients. That's how I progressed pretty much. Sometimes clients don't know what they want on the day of the shoot. So if they say something and you think that's not gonna work, feel free to speak your mind. Of course, politely, just recommend it. Or what you can do is you can shoot their thing and then you can shoot your thing. And then later on, whichever they like more, they will choose and you will edit, and that's it. Simple as that. Another major thing on the photo shoot day, do not overshoot. I personally don't overshoot. I hate when you have 1,000 photos. After every style, I check with my client if it's good. If they like it, I just move on. If they don't, I shoot a little bit more, see what's wrong, what can we improve, and just move on to the next style. You're gonna save time, you're gonna save clients time when they look at the photos later on, and you're gonna save your shutter count on your camera, which is awesome. So yeah, let's go to step number 6. Step number 6, when you come home, transferring photos to the client. So before I was using WeTransfer. It's very good. It's $10 a month. You can pay it, easy to transfer, but much more professional look is Pixie ESET. I think I said that correct. If I didn't, sorry. Amazing website. Looks professional. Very cheap. I think $10 is for the 10 gigabytes or something. You can put your watermark on it. I usually upload JPEGs and I edit raw, so clients never get raw photos. Also, what I like about Pixie ESET is the client can actually pick their favorites. So once they pick the photos that they like, on your computer, you will have a favorites folder that would automatically upload, and then you will see it, and that's it. Let's go to the next step. Step number 7, when the client picks favorites, make sure to see if they are good. If there's no blurry, maybe give some suggestions if you think there's some better, because sometimes clients are overwhelmed, just like me right now. They're overwhelmed with the photos, so they don't look at the things that you look at the same, if that makes sense. But give them suggestions, they will appreciate it. Let's go to the next step. This was a quick one. Editing, step number 8. I'm editing raw photos, Lightroom, Photoshop. So don't edit JPEGs. My suggestion, why? You should know. If you don't, I'll make an episode about that. Leave the comment down below if you want. Clients should know your editing style. That's why they book you, and that's why you're working with them. If they ask revisions, I maybe had revision one time, they should not do that because you have your own editing style. If they wanted something else, they should go to another photographer. At least that's how I think. So just edit by your feeling, don't worry about it, and that's it. Take your time, edit, deliver. Hopefully the client is happy, and that's it. Let's go to the next step. Delivering the photos to the client. Step number 9, we are almost done. I usually do that via WeTransfer. It's the easiest, it sends the full resolution, it's fastest, they get it. But once you set it, always confirm with the client. Did you get the photos? Do you like it? Ask, do they like it? I don't know why, but they like to hear you asking them that. So if they say, yeah, oh my God, I'm happy, yes, yes, that's all you need. Let's go to the next and final step. Step number 9, once they got the photos, feel free, at least this is what I do. Tell your clients that you're keeping the projects for 6 months. If they want to pick more photos later on for an additional cost, of course, that's possible in the next 6 months. After the 6 months, I'm deleting the project. If they want the photos in my position after those 6 months, they have to pay additional storage time. So don't be afraid to tell them that. Don't be afraid to ask them about that. I have a couple of companies they bought me the hard drive, and then I keep the photos on the hard drive, which is pretty much the best thing you can actually do. So there's an idea. And I think I covered everything. I hope this is fast. I hope you guys enjoyed these 10 steps. Pretty much happy client equals recommendation. Find solutions if there's any problems, and there will be. The weather, the location, the model cancels. There's always some setbacks sometimes, but it just happens in this line of work. It just happens. But hey, just freestyle, and that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed this little academy episode number 1, booking jobs from start to finish. I know that's a long title, but comment, subscribe, tell me what did you like, tell me what you want to hear for the next episode. And that's it. My name was just dushawn, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Did I forget anything? If I did, please tell me. What are your steps? What do you do? How do you book your client? I would love to hear other people talking about this, so let me know. Again, peace out. I have no idea. I know the intro, but the outro is getting trickier, so